going to begin with the implementation of our next function, which is update complete. Let's just make it update completed. And now again just copy this wall add task function, copy, and right here just paste it and make it update completed. And it is also featured the document we are giving it task model task asynchronous final document equals to await. Now we need to just replace this create with update, and over here we have to replace the document id with our task.id and the data which we want to update, which is our is completed data. So over here is completed, and it is going to be task dot is completed, and that's it. This is all you're gonna need to update our tasks, whether they are completed or not. That's it. And now for the last function, which is our delete task function. So let me first format this whole, yeah. And now we are going to implement our last function at the rate override future void delete tags, and we are going to provide it the tags which we are going to delete tags, and it is going to be asynchronous and try in the try block await underscore db dot. Now we get the method. This is, yeah, delete document, and to it we have to provide it Appwrite constants dot database id. We need to provide it with the collections id. So Appwrite constants dot task collections, and the document which we want to delete, so we need to provide its id. So it is going to be task dot id. Yeah, this is all you need to delete a particular document. And now after applying try, now get to the catch, and in catch e/st, and now just print, we are just going to print e dot to string, and that's it. Our tags API part is completed, and we don't need to do anything else in the tags API. Now just close all of this, and now we are going to make the task controllers. In now in the features folder we have auth, we have our home. Now in features folder just make another folder which is going to be our tasks, and just like auth folder you need to create another folder which is going to be controllers, and make another folder which is going to be views, and final and last folder which is going to be widgets. And now in the task controller make another folder which is task underscore controller dot. Yeah, that's it. Now Now we are going to begin with the implementation of our task controller. So just like the task control, which is previous our controller, which were auth controller. Now it is going to be of type state notifier. State notifier, yeah, and it is going to remove this, and over here just write task controller and right here bool and right here false. That's it. Also this task controller needs our task API, need access to our task API. Now we are going to create final task controller. Just wait a second. Task controller provider equals to state notifier provider, and we need over here, we need to pass it our task controller, and task controller, sorry, made a mistake, not here, we need to give it our task controller here, task controller comma bool, and yep, and now we are going to return instance of our task controller class, and this task controller class is going to have ref comma, there's also going to have task API ref dot watch task API provider. It's showing me some error. What is the error? We are going to we are returning task controller state. Just also implement of a final task API underscore task API final underscore ref final ref underscore ref. Yep, and now we are going to provide a required ref also required task API, and now underscore ref equals to ref comma underscore task API equals to task API. That's it. Also removed. Yeah, our error is gone. Now first what we need, first we are going to implement how can we get our tags according to the user? So to get our tags, it is going to be a future list, and this list is going to be of tags model, and it is going to be get tags. It is going to be string UID. It is also going to be async future list tags model get tags string UID async. Now final tags. Our final tags list is equals to await underscore tags API dot get users tags, and we providing it with UID. And now we just need to return tags list dot map, and it is going to give us our individual tags, and that tag is going to be tags model dot from map tags dot data, and we are going to convert this whole into two list. Our tags list, and after that we are going to convert this tags list from map to a list. Now we are going to implement void add tags function, and to add our tags to be we need a first title, which is, and we also need description, and we also need to provide it a priority. One thing, let me check whether I have added priority in the our tags attributes. Yeah, priority. And yeah, and now final required build context. Now it is going to be async import material dot, and now first we need to state equals to true, and now our final, first we need to find the final user equals to underscore ref dot read, and it is going to be our current user. So we get our current user from current user details provider dot value, and now we got our user. Now we need to add our tags. So tags model equals to tags equals to tags model, and now we need to provide it the attributes. So these attributes are going to be first title, and title is going to be your title, description, and is completed. First is completed is going to be the false, so it is false. And UID, which is user's ID, the user ID is equals will be user.id, and after the user ID we need to provide it with created at. So created at will be going to be date time dot now. Also this is not a user.id, it is user.uid. Yeah, created at, and for the ID we just leaving it blank because Appwrite will take care of the ID. And yeah, and now final res equals to await underscore tags API dot, and we need to add tags. Yep. And now when it is successful, so state is going to be the false. And now everything is completed. Why it is showing me error here? Prior. Oh, we did not add priority. Now when the state is false, now we need a rest dot fold. For error we need to show snack bar context comma l dot message. Also import utils dot dart. And now when everything is successful, if everything is successful, we need to show another snack bar, show snack bar context, and we are going to show the message that tasks added. And now we are going to, when we successfully added our tasks, we just go to our home screen. So navigator dot push context, and it is going to be home view dot route. Yeah, save everything, and now just format the document. Yeah, and so this is how we can add our tasks. Now another thing which we need is to update our tasks. So just like the add task, just copy this whole thing, copy, paste, and now replace add with update. And this update task requires only our task. This update task only need the tags which we going to update. So it needs tags model tags and build context. Yeah, update tags, and now to update first, it is also going to be the async. Now we don't go to give it a state, and just delete everything from here. And what we need is task equals to task dot copy with method, so that we can update our is completed. So is completed is going to be the opposite of is completed. So we are going to update the is completed with the opposite of is completed. So now it is, so now we need the update completed method from our tags API. So we are providing it with our new tags, and now remove this state also, and now rest.fold l.message, and but here we don't need to go actually to another, we don't need to go to home view, so remove that, and we will show the message that marked as completed. Yeah, void task marked as completed. Now just like that, a void up, update task, we need to implement the delete task. So void delete task, build context tasks, everything it is also async. Now to delete the tasks, we need a try catch block here. So just remove everything, and here try catch, remove this object, and it is going to be final res equals to await underscore tags API dot delete tags, and we are going to provide it the tags, and we have provided it with the tags, and now we just going to print uh, if there is error, print e dot to string, just that's it. Now everything is completed. We have implemented all our functions related to our task controller. We have also made a task controller provider, but we need another providers also, which are going to be get tasks by user ID provider, so that we can get the user tasks. We also need another provider which is going to be the get latest tasks provider, so that we can get the latest tasks from our Appwrite. So now we are going to implement both of this. So first is going to be final get tasks by user ID provider, and this is going to be future, it is going to be a future provider dot family. I can future provider dot family, future provider dot family, and it is going to be the ref comma string. Because we need to provide the ID of the users whose tasks we are going to get now. Final task controller equals to ref dot watch task controller provider dot notifier, and it is going to return task controller dot get tasks, and we are going to provide it with the ID. That's it. Our get task by user ID is completed. Now we need another provider which is going to be get latest tasks. So get latest task provider equals to, it is going to be of type stream provider because we are using real time, and it is ref now stream provider ref final task API is equals to ref dot watch is going to be task API provider, and to get the latest tasks we are going to return task API dot get latest tasks. That's it. Now this task controller part is completed. Now we just need to implement our UI part, which will be about views and widgets, and our app will be completed. All we need to implement is just the UI part. Uh, create a view which is going to be our create task view. So it is going to be create underscore task underscore view dot. Yep. And from here, and from this create task view, we can create our new tasks so that they can be added in our Appwrite database. So it is going to be of type consumer stateful widget. Consumer stateful, and it is going to be create task screen. Yeah, and we are going to make a route to this screen, so that static route it is going to be material real page route builder is going now provided with context const create task screen comma. Yeah. Now in the home view we have the floating action button, so when we click on that button we should go to the create a task screen. So navigator dot push context and give it create task screen dot route. Save and go to take create task screen, and now what we are going to return, so remove this container from here and scaffold, and in this scaffold we are going to have an app bar, and app bar is going to be app bar, and to this app bar mm, we are going to give it some title. So title is going to be const text create a new task. That's it. And now it is going to be have leading, So in the leading we are going to have an icon button, and in the icon button we are going to provide it with icon which is going to be of const icon, and icon will be icons dot close, comma size will be 30. Now to this icon button it should have an on pressed. So in the on pressed we are going to have navigator dot pop context. Yeah, so that we can close our current screen format document. And now after the app bar we are going to have a body, and this body we should return. Right now I'm just going to return a text that it is great screen. Yeah, and just save it. Now we don't need anything else. Let's just start our application and see whether everything is working or not. So to start our screen, just press the F5 and wait for some time. Yeah, it has restarted. Now just log in to the app. So yeah, login successful, and we got into the home view, and click over here, and as you can see we have got into the create task screen, and you get this text which is create screen. But one thing which is missing, why this app bar is of blue color? We don't need the blue color in our app. So just give this a background color which is going to be palette dot red color. Save it. Again go to the, yeah, that's it. Now to implement the body part. So over here remove everything, and what we need is if it is loading, so we need to show the loader, or if current user equal null, then we are going to show a const loader. It is going to be a safe area. Now before even implementing, let's just get our current user and our is loading. So to get the our current user, final current user equals to, it is going to be the ref dot watch, and provider is going to be current user details provider, and it is going to be of type value. Yeah, and another thing which we need is final is loading equals to ref dot watch, and provider is going to be task controller provider. Yeah. So final. So to remove this error, let's yeah, our error got just removed, and we got our current user. We got the is loading also, and now implement this safe area. Now safe area will have a form, but I think we need. I also going to provide it with padding, and padding is going to be const edge insects.alt, give it 16.0. That's now child. First format this whole thing, and now padding const. Now in the padding we are going to have a child, and in the child we are going to have a forum, and in the form we are going to have another child, and the child is going to be call. And now in the column we need children, but before even children, give it a cross axis alignment, and it is going to be cross axis alignment dot stretch. Now also format this whole thing, and in the children we need to have a text form, text form field. Yeah, and in the text form field we are going to have a controller, and this controller is also going to be have a decoration, and decoration is going to be const input decoration, and label text, and label text is going to be title. So to give it a controller which is going to be our title controller. Yeah, so we are going to implement this title controller. So to implement this title controller, let's just make a controller is going to be final title controller equals to text editing controller. And also we also need a controller for description, so it is going to be description controller is equals to text editing controller. Also we need a priority to each and every task, so it is going to be task priority, and for initially we are going to initialize it with high priority. Now we are also going to have final list of string, and it is going to be of priorities, and our priorities are going to be high, comma, medium, and low. And also we are going to dispose so dispo void dispose and title controller dot dispose and description controller dot dispose and super dot dispose. Yeah. So I'm going to implement that function also. So add a task to db, and it is going to be ref dot read, and we are going to provide it with task controller provider dot notifier dot add task, and it is going to be title controller dot text description controller dot text. Priority is going to be underscore priority, context, everything's correct. And now format the document. Yeah, so we have implemented the our task to add task to the function also. Now again in the text form field we have created a field for adding our title. Now I'm going to also have a validator for this. So validator will be value, and if value dot is empty, so we are going to return please enter a title, else we are just going to return null. That's it, our text form field is completed. And another text form field which we are going to need is for the description. So just paste it and give it description. Description, and title controller will be description controller. Description controller, please enter a description. Yeah, save everything. And now after this text form field I need a drop down menu to select the priority of our tasks. So for that const, first I'm going to define a const sized box to have a space between the form field and the drop down menu. And now we are going to have a drop down button. First just remove this everything, and in the drop down button we are going to give it a value, and value will be underscore priority and icon, and icon will be const icon, and icon will be icons dot keyboard keyboard underscore arrow down. Yeah, and now we are going to give it items, and items will be underscore priorities dot map, and we will get our items from here, and string items underscore priority. And now in this we are going to return drop down menu item. So child is going to be text and items, and also we are going it with the value will be items, and also this drop down menu we are going to convert it to list, everything is completed. We have provided it with the items. Now it also going to have a onChanged method, and now in the onChanged method we are going to have a string new value, and in this new value we are going to have a set state, and we are going to change our priority to our new value and save it. And now after the drop down menu button I am going to have a button also to which gonna be save button, so that adds some sized box of height 16.0, and elevation button on pressed is equals to add tasks to db, and child is going to be const text save, save everything else. And now just format the whole document, save it. So now we have implemented our whole created tasks view. So just go to this screen. As you can see, I have this whole screen with title, description, priority, and first I'm going to check whether we can able to add our tasks to our Appwrite DB or not, and then we are going to display all our tasks to our home view. So let's just give it a type test. Description will be going to testing, and give it a priority like low, save. Appwrite, the current user is not oh, it is going to give, it is giving, so let's just go to our Appwrite console and go to the tasks and go to settings. So we need to provide it with some permissions. We are going to be all users, so all users can create, read, update, delete, update them. Go to the document and again go to the VS Code. Now restart the whole application. I think our application has restarted. So go to home and now testing. Let's just select and save. As you can see, tasks added. We got a messenger and now go to our console, refresh it, and yeah, it is saving our tasks to the task collection in the app, right? And as you can see, testing created at and is completed. Yeah. One thing you have noticed is it is not giving me the UID of the user who is saving it. So what can be the reason behind it? So okay, I get the problem. What we are getting, why we did not get the UID of the user. So how did I resolve this? So I tried to print the user when we are adding tasks and try to print the user whether we are getting the user. So when I tried to add, it did not give me the UID of the user. So this problem was basically happening because of go to the task model and when no go to the user model and over here we have write a UID. Actually it is going to be UID and save it, and now go to where we were at create task screen and we tried is whether everything is perfectly working. So again going to add another, yeah, you this time we also got the UID and let's just check whether, yeah, now everything is fine. Created, it has created at our priority also is completed, is currently false, title, description and everything, but these two didn't have the UID, so just delete them. Yeah, also check that this UID is also equal to the current user's UID. So only we have the this user ID and you can see both of the UIDs are equal. So now we are able to add the tags to our Appwrite database, but we also need to display them. So to display the tags, we are going to build a widget which is going to be tags list, and we are also going to create another widget which is going to be tags card. Also we are not able to log out in this app, so we will also implement the logout functionality in our app. So let's just go to your tasks and in the widgets create a new widget called tags underscore card dot dart, and also create another widget which is going to be tags underscore list dot dart. That's it. And now let's just begin with the task. So it is going to be a consumer widget. forget it. Just create class and task list extends consumer widget, and now it is const task list super dot key at the rate override widget build context ref build. Now to create our task list, we right now I'm just going to return a task title and then we will build our task card. But we need to get the tasks of the current user, which current user is currently logged in our app. So we need to return the tasks of that user. So first get the user ID of that user. So final user ID equals to ref dot watch, and it is going to be current user account provider dot value dot is id. So that's how we are going to get the current user's id in our wrap. And again, now we just going to return ref dot now we are going to return ref dot watch, and to get the current users tags we need to get tags by user id provider. We're going to pass it the user id, and it is going when. So we need to implement this when data error and loading. So let's just first complete this error and loading. So when there is error comma stack trace, this is going to return error text, and error will be error dot to string. It is completed, and now when we have the loading, so when we have the loading, we are going to return our const loader. Yeah, so we have implemented loading, and now when we have our data, so our data will be our tasks. So when we get our tasks, we will return a list view. List view dot builder and item builder. Also, it is also going to have an item count, and it is going to be of task dot length. And also now to implement this, we are going to have a build context context comma int index, also final task is going to be equals to task dot index, and we will just return now a task card. So let me explain what is happening right now is that we are getting the latest, sorry, not the latest ones, but we are getting the tasks of a particular user by user's ID, by that user's ID. And when we get the tasks, we are going to show a list view builder, which is going to return a task card, which we are going to implement. But also one thing I need to mention is that this will not show the tasks in the real time. So when you add a new task, it will not be shown in the home view instantaneously. Instead, you have to restart the app to see that. So to implement that real time, we are going to use the real time provider in our app. So first, let us just implement a task card. So to implement a task card, it is also going to be of type consumer widget. Yeah, consumer widget, and it is going to be task card. Yep. And to remove all of these errors, import material.dart, and for the widget ref, import flutter.dart, flutter underscore riverpod. Yeah. And right now we are just going to return a text which will be the our title of the task. Just we are just going to return right now the title of the task, and then later on we will implement this world task card. So final task model task and super dot key, and now we are also going to have required this dot task. Also quick fix this task model, save it, and to task model also save it. Yeah, everything is completed. Now what I need to do is just I'm going to restart this whole app. We are still not getting the tasks. Why? We have the tasks of the current user. I just again launch. login is successful, but still it, oh my bad. In the home view, still we still showing the text widget. We are not showing the task list. So task list, save, close this home view, and yeah, as you can see, we are getting the title of the task. Wait a second, just make it some small. Yeah, we are getting the title of our task. This is GDFG, and yeah, title GDFG. But we need to show it in real time. Let's just say I add another task, and I just say task priority will be low, save it. But this is added, this task is added in our Appwrite console, as you can see, but it is not adding in real time. So for that we need our real time provider. So we are going to use the get latest task provider to get the tasks in real time. If you restart the app, you're gonna see another task. So to get our tasks in re- real time, let's just comment all of these, and when tasks equals to tasks, we are going to return ref dot watch, and it is going to be get latest task provider, and it is going to have dot when data. Again, this just to remove all of these error loading everything, and copy the loader, paste, and when I have the data, it is going to be the data, and when we get our data, if data dot event, so basically this real time will gonna return us the data, and this data will contain, if this data dot events dot contains, if this data dot events dot contains, we are going to have a database sys dot star dot collections dot Appwrite constants dot task collections. Let's just import this Appwrite constants, maybe the task collections. Yeah, task collection, and we are going to have documents dot create. So by this we are subscribing to task collections in real time when there is a creator. We are also going to do the same thing for update and delete also. so that we can see the all the changes in real time. So if now we get the data, because in real time go will return us all the tasks. It will not return the task according to the user, because I didn't find any method to apply some queries to the real time, so that I get the tasks of a particular user in real time. So for get only that particular users, we are going to apply a if statement. So for that, if data dot payload dot uid is equal to user id, then we are going to add those tasks in the tasks which we are getting from here. So we are getting these tasks. These tasks are according to the tasks of a particular user. So in the when we are getting all the tasks in real time, so in all those real time tasks, those tasks are of our current user. We are going to add those tasks in these tasks. So to add them in our task, so for that, task dot add task model dot from map, also import this task model. So we have imported this, and from map we are going to provide it a data dot payload. So it will add the task in real time. Now after that, if data dot payload dot, yeah, now we need to return a list view builder. So we will return a list view builder. Let's just copy this and paste it, uncomment it, and yeah, everything is fine. Now just save it, and let's just say if we are getting, so when we create a new task, whether we get the task in real time or not. Also you can see it is loading. So to remove that loading, I am also going to return. So this loading is maybe of this real times. So to remove that loading, instead in the loading, instead of this loader, we are going to return again the list plus k plus u. Just save it, and yeah, so now we are subscribed to create. So let us see if I can get the tasks in real time if I create a new task. So let's just say create new real time medium, save, and yeah, you get the create new. You are getting this create new two times, maybe because of this. This is how the Appwrite works. The data dot payload dot equal to user ID. Yeah. Now let's just complete this whole task card. So we'll get a beautiful task card in our home view. Let me just also restart this. Now we are going to implement our task card. So what we basically need in our task card. So firstly, I need to display task title, description, and you can say we need a checkbox so that we can mark whether the task is completed or not. I also need a delete icon also in the task card so that we can delete tasks. And one thing, I need to display every task in different color based on their priority. Based on their priority. So let's just first define color. Color equals to priority. Color equals to underscore get priority color, and it will be the task dot priority. And here, and don't worry, we are getting this error right now with get priority color, but we will remove this error soon. First it is going to be of card, and let's just give it a elevation of 5.0, and it is going to be a child, and child will be a column. It is going to be a children. Let's just also remove this get priority error. So how we can remove this get priority error? We are just going to implement this get priority. So it's going to return us the color according to the priority. So get priority, we get the priority in string priority, and now we are going to use switch priority, and when there is case, and when there is case of high, we are going to return colors dot red. Also, I think this will be too dark actually. Also, same thing for the case, medium. So let's just copy it, paste, copy, paste. And instead of medium, I'm going to be having a easy, and we are going to return yellow. So for the yellow, yellow, and for the easy, I'm going to return green. And when there is default case, we are going to return colors dot gray. Save it, and it is yeah. So We have implemented the get priority color. Now we are going to implement this column widget. So this column widget is going to contain widgets, and it is going to have a container, and in this container we are going to have a padding, and padding is going to have a const edge insects dot all. It is going to be 8.0. Edge insects dot all isn't a class. Wow. Container edge insects insects remove these insects. Color, and color we will be priority color, and also define instead of also defined a cross axis alignment. So cross axis alignment dot stretch. Now after giving it the color, we are also going to have a child in the container, and this container will be a text, and this text is going to be task dot priority, and style will be const text style. The style color will be colors dot white, and after the color give some font weight, and font weight will be font weight dot bold, and just format everything, save it, and as you can see we are getting different colors, so it is easy low. So we are getting different color for different tasks which we have in our database, and now after giving the font weight bold, we have implemented the tasks, and after the container we are also going to have another container, and this container is also going to have a padding, and padding will be const edge insets insets dot all, and it is going to be 8.0, and let's just give it a child, and child will be a text widget, and here we are going to provide it with the tags dot title, and I'm also giving it a style. It is going to be text style, and I'm going to give it a font size, let's just say 25, comma. Also what we are going to give font weight, and give it a font weight font weight dot bold. Yeah, also add a const here, const. Yeah, so format this whole document, save. Yeah, you are getting the task title with their priority. Not just that, we are also going to have another container. Let's just copy everything, paste, and instead of task title, I'm going to show description and give it a size, font size of 20, and instead of font weight, let's just have font weight dot normal. Yeah, so we are getting the task title, task description, and I'm also going to show the when our task is created. So for that, again copy this container, paste it, task.add insert.all padding. Now for the task, instead we just need we are going task dot created at, so created at date format, and it is going to be a format dd yy, and dot format task dot created at, but it is giving me an error. So why? So to remove this error, we are going to have a Flutter package which is going to be Intel. So install this Intel package. So to install that, go to your terminal, paste Flutter pub add Intel. Now uh, yeah, now go to quick fix and just import it. Now save it, format the document, and after you can see we got the created at, and also we got the date at which this particular task is created. Now everything is working fine. We get the date, description, title, but we also need a checkbox so that we can mark that this particular task is completed or not. So for that, create another container, have a padding, again const edge insets dot all, and it is going to be 8.0. Child will be column, and give it a cross axis alignment, and cross axis alignment dot start. And now it is going to have a children, and for the children have a check box list tile, and for the value it is going to be task dot is completed, and also give it a title and title will be const text complete completed. Now we need to implement this on changed. So on changed will provide us with new value, but I think I need this new value. So to change, to mark the task as completed, we need a ref dot read, and it is going to be task controller provider dot notifier dot to update tasks. We need update tasks and tasks context. Format the whole document. Now after the checkbox style, we are also going to have an icon button, and on pressed we are going to give it a function, and this function is going to be ref dot read, and it is going to be task controller provider dot notifier dot delete tasks, and it is going to be tasks context. Everything is done, and provide with it with the icon of delete icon. So icon will be icon, and icon will be icons dot delete. Delete rounded, put comma, and add a const over here. Now format this whole document and paste. As you can see, you got that task title description created at, you got a completed so that you can mark this task as completed or not, and you get a delete icon so that we can delete the tasks. Now if I click, this is marked as completed, so the title is GDFG. So as I can see, GDFG is marked as completed, so our update is working. Now if I delete it, and yeah, our GDFG task is deleted. We didn't show any snack bar in the deleted, so as it is not real time, so we are going to apply the real time functionality to our update and delete also. So for that, just copy it and paste paste, and yeah, right here just write update, and right here write delete. so that we can have the functionality of both update and delete also. And one thing you need to do is when it is deleted, we don't need to add, and also you don't need this. So just task dot remove, and you will see that our tags will be removed. So yeah, you get the. Now if we click on this, yeah, it worked in real time and our task is got deleted. Let's just check, and over here also, yeah, we all only have now create new. Now if let's just add another task which is going to be real time checking, check check, and it is of the priority high, save, and you get over here. So now one thing I need to check whether I I am able to update the tags, but it will have the problem like if I update the tags, it only going to add in the tags, but we don't. Let's first check if it is working. Marked as completed, it is marked as completed, but it also added tags in real in this task also, so we need to handle this also. So also first restart this, so we need to handle this also. So right now, as you can see, once I clicked, I do not get another create new here. So how did I resolve this issue? So basically what I did is I am getting I am getting the I am basically extracting the ID of the updated tags from the event string and finding the that corresponding tags object in the tags list. So basically with that I am finding that corresponding tags in the tags list, and I am also extracting the tags ID of that updated tags, and basically I'm just removing the old version from our tags list, and I am inserting the new updated tags, and basically I'm just inserting the new updated tags in my tags list. So that's how I handled all this. So here we completed all the functionality of tags. One last thing which is remaining is how we can handle the logout functionality. Now to basically implement the logout functionality, we are going to our home folder, and here we are going to create a new folder which is going to be widgets, and in this widgets folder I'm going to create a new file which is going to be our side underscore drawer dot, and I'm going to basically implement the this side drawer, and we will implement this side drawer in our home view. So let's just have a consumer widget, consumer stateless widget, and give it a name as drawer side drawer import material dot dart, and basically I have imported material.dart and remove this container. Now to implement this side drawer, I'm going to first return the safe area, but before that we are going to find our final current user equals to ref dot watch, and it is going to be current user details provider value, and if current user equal null, we are just going to return const loader. So we have basically returned the loader if the current user is null. Now in the safe area widget we are going to have a drawer, and in this drawer we are going to have a background color, and background color will be palette dot background color, and in the drawer we are going to have again child. In the child we are going to have a column, and in this column we are going to have a children, and in the children I am going to have a const sized box, and it is going to be of height 50. Yeah, and now I'm going to have a list style, and in the list style I'm going to have a leading, and in the leading I'm going to have a const icon, and in the icon I'm going to have icons dot logout comma size will be 30, and this list style is going to have a title, and title will be our const text, and this text will be logout. Just we need to give some style to it, so have give it some style, text style, and the text style is going to be font size 22. Now we have completed title, and give it an on tap functionality. In the on tap functionality we are just going to have ref dot read, and give it auth controller provider dot notifier dot logout, and we are just giving it the context, and just format the document and save it. Now we are going to have this side drawer in our home view. So in the home view we have the floating action button, we have the body. After the app bar we are going to have a drawer which is going to be side drawer. Paste. Yeah, as you can see we got a side drawer here. Click on logout, and yeah, we logged out of the our app. So this completes our to-do list app. Just once again I'm going to check it in our Android emulator, so if it is working in our Android app or not. So just stop it, and in the devices I'm going to have my Pixel 4 Android emulator. Just yeah, running Gradle tasks assemble debug. syncing files. Yep, it opened and does not have an account. Click on sign up, and we are going to create a new user, which is going to be nn@gmail.com. We've provided a password 1234567 Click on the done button. Appwrite connection refused. Oh, basically, what happened here right now is that it refused connection because go to the Appwrite constant, and over here, instead of this local host, replace it with your IP address and again try it, and it will work. I've resolved my IP address. Now again restart the whole app. Again go to sign up, mnn@a gmail.com 1234567 done. Yep, account created successful. Now we are going to log in, mnn@a gmail.com 1234567 again click on done. Invalid user yeah, null check operator used on a null value. So let's just again restart the whole app. Yep, we got our to-do screen, but right now we don't have any tasks. So just go to add a task, testing, another user, priority, let's just say low, save. Yeah, it added another task, add another task, uh, which medium, save. It added another task. So let's just mark it as completed. We marked it as completed, and also let's just delete it. It got deleted, and also log out. We got logged out. So this app is also perfectly working in our Android telemeter. Previously we got error with our IP address, so make sure you uh, replace that local host with your correct IP address, and it will work in your Android device or Android emulator. And I didn't have any Apple device and iPhone, so I couldn't test it in a or run it in an Apple or an iOS device. So yeah, this was our to-do list